everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. Hope that you're having a wonderful Sunday. I just got done filming for Ben's skate vlog on Skating Price, my husband, and I had started recording this, but I don't remember where I left off, so I'm just going to redo the whole thing. I've only had like I was talking about in the last video that you'll see prior to this one. I believe I may put these out of order. I don't know. We'll see. But I was talking about the reason, or I was going to talk about the reason why I've only had 3 videos this month, and we're already at the end of the month. My goal was always to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that, at least twice a week, if not 3 times. And obviously that has not happened in the month of April. And I don't even remember when the last one was in March, because the first one in April had a lot of clips from mid-March forward of just different things that were going on. And some stuff I had been saving for a video. So that was on there. I don't know if this is going to be weird, because when I move it, like, kind of, it's a little choppy or something. I don't know. It could be the phone. It could have gotten hot out there. It is pretty warm. It is windy though, so yeah, I don't know. But part of the reason, there's a couple of different things, I guess. And it really, in all reality, all it comes down to is I have not been feeling well at all. I've still been doing things. I've had appointments. I've had different things going on. I've had acupuncture at the beginning of this month. I've gone with my dad to do a few things. You know, just things, even though I was not feeling well. And there were some good days in between. But starting in like March, I had a really bad allergies, like kind of a cold. I know there's some videos that you'll notice that in from that month. And then I was not feeling well towards the end of March, and I just overall not feeling well. I can't really pinpoint what it was. At least I didn't know then. It could have been what we've possibly come to figure, I guess, that it could have been, or at least part of this was that. So when I went for my acupuncture, beginning of April, I was already not feeling well. I did have them work on some other areas of my, like my neck and my, for headaches and different things. So I've been struggling with headaches a lot, migraines, different things. I watched a video not too long ago that was talking about what we assume is sinus infections or sinus issues, like because of allergies, that can actually be migraines. And I'm wondering if that's not part of what I struggle with. The reason I say that is because when I've gone in the past to go get checked for what I thought was sinus infection, because the pain was so bad, but it was like, you know, all over the head, not just here. I never had a sinus infection. At least I couldn't see anything. And I wasn't like fully stuffed. It was just painful. But because it gets painful in my face, I figure it's sinuses, right? So it can be some form of migraine. And I do struggle with those. So there's that. So I've been struggling with headaches a lot. I mean, like to the point where there are days I've not slept because I wake up in the middle of the night with the most excruciating pain. I have to get up, and the pain seems to be starting in my spine, and it just kind of shoots up through my neck and into my head. And then it starts in my head. I don't know. It's just this whole big thing. So, back April 10th is when I got really sick. And I don't know if I've shared this before or not about my mother-in-law getting bit by a dog that day. Prior to that, we dropped off my husband here at the skate park. Me and her went to Walmart, the Supercenter one here in Santa Fe. And we don't normally go to that one. And we decided to split up. She went and got her stuff. I went and got mine. And I thought I'd find her. Well, I couldn't find her. We kept missing each other. And I wasn't feeling well already. There was already just this, part of it was anxiety. Because I really didn't my plan wasn't to go to the store and do stuff. Our plan was to come get cat food, dog food, and I was gonna hang out here, maybe go to the store across the street for a little bit, like my normal routine. But she needed to do some shopping, so we decided, well, we'll just go all the same day. But I just was feeling off that day. I was even having issues with my driving, like knowing where I was going, and I don't really have those issues, so it's kind of scary. Thank God Ben was with me, and we went and picked up the dog food and cat food first, and that was where I had some issues with, because I don't normally drive out there. He does, but since we were dropping him off here, I just thought I'll drive, and we'll figure it out. So we went to the store and everything, and then we came here. Well, when we came here, they were having an event on the other side of the park, because this place has baseball fields and everything, but on the other side of the park is a kids park. There's swings and different things in the middle between the skate park, and then there is another part of the park where they have a little gazebo with picnic tables, and then there's a big open grassy space over there too. Well, we decided that we were going to go check it out, because they had given my husband a flyer, and they were doing like free hot showers and mobile hot showers, free dental screenings, medical stuff. They were giving away food, like I think a lot of burger burritos, different things like that. And we thought, oh, we'll just go for a walk, check it out. I'll just see what they have. And I actually have a book in the back that I got for like different resources around here, which I thought would be helpful if I know, for us, and then for anyone else that may need it. But anyway, a lot of it was already breaking down. They were already leaving and stuff. There was just a few places left, and there was a lady there with a dog, a little white dog. And I think a younger girl was holding the dog that, from what my mother-in-law said, had some kind of issues. So anyway, my mother-in-law asked the lady if I should pet the dog, or the girl, I believe, but the lady, the mom or whatever, told my mother-in-law, don't pet him, you shouldn't pet him because he might bite you. So my mother-in-law said, okay, and I heard that, so I got off the sidewalk, and so she could move over to the edge and we could walk by. So we did. We walked by, and then all of a sudden I hear my mother-in-law like kind of screech a little, like she said, like, ow, he bit me. But we didn't think it was a bad bite. It was through her pants. It was a little, like, and I guess what happened is the younger girl did not hold the leash tight enough that he extended it as far as he could, and he got her anyway. So there started the whole stressful day, right? So, or continued the stressful day. There were some people there that had some medical first aid kits. They checked, and he had bit her pretty bad. Her skin was even like coming off a little bit. It was pretty bad. And so I had to rush her to urgent care, but in that, I didn't want her to walk over here, because it is a pretty far walk, especially in that condition. So I try to rush all the way over here. When we were at Walmart, we got a beef hot dog, and the last couple of times I've eaten those, and I love them, but the last time I ate that, a couple of times, I got like kind of some nausea and stuff, like just my stomach wasn't feeling great. But I chalked it up to the Montero chop, which it could have been, but just I need to listen more to my body, and like, if your body is not feeling good with this, don't eat it. So we ate it. And it was a smaller one. It was a Walmart ones, not the Sam's Club ones, because those ones I know for sure stay away from, because they're too big. But I ate it kind of fast because we were sitting in the parking lot, and I was going to drive over here to pick up my husband. And so we had just got here. We had just eaten, just got here. I mean, it's only like a 5 to 7 minute drive in traffic maybe to get here. And so I walked to this. I mean, I walked as fast as I possibly could. Then I took her to urgent care. I didn't even take my husband, because I told him, by the time he got his stuff together and everything, I said, just go get her, and we'll come back for you. I'll call you and let you know what's going on. She got stitches, the whole thing. She's fine. She's doing good. From all of that, it healed up pretty well, and it's healing up even better. Like, everything's fine in that respect. But that night I got really sick, like the really extreme, like bad sharp pain in my stomach. right in the middle of my stomach. And it, over that day, over that night and the next day, and even the next day, it kind of traveled into like beyond my belly button and my intestines and everything. And I'm like, what is this? I've never had that before. I'm thinking it's a gallbladder attack because I did have issues, like some inflammation in the gallbladder. So I'm thinking maybe, but I've never had that kind of pain before. Sorry, it's really dry. So I had an appointment with my doctor that, I don't know, a few days later, the 16th it was. So I go through all of that. I do what I do for it, you know, and I use like castor oil heating pads, peppermint oil. I took ibuprofen. And if it was gonna get worse, if it would have continued to get worse instead of a little bit better, I probably would have gone to the doctor. So anyway, it seemed to get a little better as far as the major pain in my gallbladder in that area, but it was in like my stomach and everything. I couldn't eat much. It was just like, it was the most uncomfortable thing, and I was so tired, and the headaches hadn't started just yet. I had headaches, but not like they've been recently. So the nurse practitioner I'm seeing, we've been trying to work on hormone balance and all kinds of different things. And so I wanted to try a more natural thyroid medication instead of the synthetic, which is like the levothyroxine and the Synthroids. So I think she calls it MP thyroid. So I tried that. And I had this hyperthyroid episode. Now, I didn't know until I read this book here that she had recommended. I started reading this not too long ago. That if you have Hashimoto's, you can go into hyperthyroid mode or whatever. It's happened to me once before, a few years ago, like way before I even knew I had Hashimoto's. That was the first time that I realized what it was. I probably might have happened before, because it was like really hard heartbeats, like you're just hard, and it was fast, and I just was nervous, like I couldn't deal with anything. I couldn't sleep, and that lasted for a few days, right during the time that I was getting that pain, like right before. And then I got all that pain, right? And all that when that happened. So when I went to the doctor, we talked about it, and she said she had just gone to a conference, that she learned a little bit more about Hashimoto's and, you know, thyroid issues and all of that. And she said that it may have been my medication as part of the problem. The reason for that is because there is, I know it's in here, it's something called thyroglobulin, I think. It's something that when you have Hashimoto's, your body will attack it. Thyroglobulin, yeah, and that's in some of those more natural thyroid medication. And that's probably not a bad thing if you just have hyper or hypo, maybe, I'm not sure. But for Hashimoto's, it even kind of says in here that the only recommended compounded and synthetic thyroid medications for people with Hashimoto. So like those Armour and MP thyroid and whatever else that they're listed as, natural thyroid, WP thyroid, all those are like desiccated thyroid gland, so they have like all that stuff in it. So anyway, that thyroglobulin is what attacks. So she said it's probably because I'm taking the medication orally that something happened, probably to wake up my Hashimoto's, and it might have been stress, because I wasn't feeling well already, and I was like anxious, and I had that hyperthyroid episode. She said that it was probably attacking where it found it in my stomach and throughout all that, because the pain was ridiculous. It's gotten better since I stopped taking it. She did tell me to stop taking it. I can go back on the levothyroxine for now. We're hoping to work on maybe more supplements and vitamins and things that there's a protocol, as a matter of fact, in this book that we want to, actually, I don't think it's in this book. It probably is, but she gave me some paperwork that day that she printed out, and I think my husband's about ready to go. So I may have to finish this later, but let me see. It is myo-inositol, selenium glutathione, and vitamin D, which vitamin D is something I already have to take because I'm very low in vitamin D. I'm barely at the low end of normal after 10 years of taking vitamin D 50,000 IUs a week. So that's the protocol we're going to start. I need to order those and see if I can figure this out. But it's horrible, this flare up. I've probably had this before because I felt some similar to this before, maybe not as bad because I wasn't having the stomach pain, but there's a lot of things that come with having a flare up. And I was so tired. I've been just like that, irritable, grouchy, tired, just not wanting to do anything. So I stayed away from doing a lot of videos. I'm finally feeling a little bit better. I'm just trying to rest and relax, and I've still been doing things. Like I said, I went with my dad the other day to Mora. We went up to not to the place I used to camp, but right next to it, and walked around that property there. There's some wild rose bushes growing. There's these trees in the middle of the property that is it's our family's property. It has, I don't know, they're either apricot trees, plum trees, something like that. I told my dad I want to go back later sometime just to go see if they have fruit, and I would love to get some of the rose hips to make rose hip tea and all of that stuff. So I'm trying to, the natural stuff, and get back into my tea drinking and just learning how to relax. So he's talking to someone. I keep looking back because I just want to make sure that I can get all my stuff to throw into the back and back to the trunk or wherever it was so that we can get going. I do have to pick up some creamer. I don't know, I know I've asked this before, but what do you guys use for your coffee? Who drink coffee? I've been trying this oatmeal creamer, Starbucks brown sugar shaken espresso oat milk, but I want to try some other ones, and I don't know. I'm dairy right now. I can't handle much. Even like a lot of gluten, a lot of stuff's making me really sick. Part of that is probably the Hashimoto's flare up, because that one of the symptoms of a flare up, and I don't know, I was reading this online actually. I'm sure it's in here, but it's one of them is stomach issues, intestinal issues. There's all sorts of different things that happen, and I think I've gotten quite a bit of them in this thing because it's just been horrible. And the headaches still have not gone away. I mean, there's been yesterday and today have been a little bit better. Like it feels like I have pressure all in my head. I've had like numbing in my face. I've had Bell's palsy years ago, and it kind of feels like that numbing. It's just like right in here in my eyes and like this whole section. So we're trying to work on that. We're trying to work on my cortisol levels because I think I'm out of whack, because I'm a chronically stressed person, because I don't know how to it's not that I don't let things go, it's more like I don't know how to process things. I hold everything inside and I overthink everything. So I'm learning to do that. It's just it's going to be a process for me, and it's going to be a while, but I'm starting. And so these are the things we're going to be working on. I have a list of more vitamins. Hopefully I can get them this month, I'm hoping, so I can start shifting out of so much medication and get more into natural stuff, more supplements, more whatever. And the acupuncture is working. For the 2 times I've gone, it's really relaxed me. I can say that so far that is like the biggest benefit I've gotten from it. But that's one thing that I really enjoy, and I really think my body needs, especially to learn how to relax. And I feel so good afterwards. I just feel so like just my body just like I could just rest for the rest of the day. So, you know, that's been a really good plus for that. So, and I do start physical therapy on May 15th. I have my consultation, I guess. So they'll hopefully be working on my back and my knees all together in one. And I'm hoping that soon I can have them do my neck and my head for headaches and things. I need to find something, like if you guys suffer with chronic migraines or any type of neck issues, head issues, what helps you besides medication? Or you know, I don't mind being, you know, if there's some kind of good pain medication when it's really bad, what helps to calm that down, because the headaches have been like, I mean to the point where I can't deal with them. Like, it's been that bad. And today I'm just like a lot of pressure, like my eyes are a little heavy just because of the pressure in my head, but it's getting a little better, it seems. But every once in a while I'll just get sharp pains in my head. I would have been able to get to the neurologist this month, but I have a doctor's appointment on the same day, and the neurologist is an hour south, and my doctor's appointment is 40 minutes northeast of us, or like east of us, I guess. It's more east. Anyway, so I couldn't make it to both. So my actual appointment for the neurologist isn't until like June or July, where I'm just on like one of those waiting lists. If someone cancels, like they call, but it hasn't worked out yet. So hopefully I can get in there soon. I was hoping to get a neurologist here, but I think the one here in Santa Fe is even a much further wait than the one over there, if I'm not mistaken. But I have them both. I have both appointments because what I'd like to do is transfer out of that one to this one, because it's closer. But we shall see how that goes. But that's just my little health update, why I haven't really been around. But I'm hoping that I can do a little bit more now in May. If you have any ideas for videos or anything, let me know in the comments below. If you have any Dear Diary type of questions, or you know, that kind of thing that I can answer in that way, or any prayer requests or anything that you'd like to discuss, or I would like to do eventually maybe some Q&As. So if you would like to, you know, ask any questions for that, leave those in the comments below as well. You can also email me at coffeeandpraise1@gmail.com. All right, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you. Bye.